Hi, my name is Oscar Nguyen, and I will be talking about marijuana, a drug that is often misunderstood, especially among young adults and college students. Whenever you used it, know someone that used it, or just curious about the drug itself, I feel like this presentation will definitely help other people, as well as myself, about being educated about the dangerous drug of marijuana and how it affects other people. So, what is marijuana and where does it come from? Also known as weed, cannabis, or devil's lettuce, it consists of dried, crushed parts of the cannabis plant. It first originated from Spain and was brought to America thousands and thousands of years ago. When first used, it extracted oil to use for both medicinal and euphoric reasons. To this day, people still use it for medicinal and euphoric reasons as well, but we will get to that later. There are four different strands, all differ from both effectiveness and chemical composition as a whole. Now let's break down the different ways you can consume marijuana. First is the medicinal use. For medicinal use, people use it to prescribe for conditions like chronic pain, epilepsy, and PTSD. In some cases, the consumption of marijuana may help reduce anxiety as a whole. It is regulated and contains low amounts of THC. On the other hand, for recreational use, it is used as a social enjoyment and a relaxant. Even though it can be grown and bred, it may have a stronger potency as well. It also contains higher THC levels to have a stronger and more dangerous effects on it. How does THC affect the brain? THC affects the brain by binding into cannabinoid receptors known as CB1. It is also tied to memory, emotion, and motor control. And it causes impaired learning and decreased motor skill and functionality. And according to the CDPH, the consumption in THC in late teens to young adults can definitely interfere with brain development, which is bad for the younger adults because as they are growing and growing, their brain doesn't start developing until, when you're 25. Once you reach that 25, your brain development stops and comes to a plateau. So there are some short-term effects of marijuana. It provides a euphoric experience, and these symptoms may include dry mouth, changes in mood, increased heart rate and blood pressure, an altered sense of time, impaired memory, and difficulty thinking and problem solving. There are some severe long-term effects of marijuana. It can affect the brain development in teens and young adults, and the consequences of it are considered worse than intoxication itself. So these symptoms include respiratory problems, infertility in men, the development of mental illnesses including schizophrenia and paranoia. And it can also impair short-term memory as well. In rare cases, the long-term consumption of marijuana can lead to an addiction as well. While marijuana is often seen as harmless, it also comes with serious risk and consequences. One major concern is CUD, known as cannabis use disorder. According to the CDC, about 3 in 10 people who use marijuana may develop this disorder. This means struggling with cravings, withdrawals, and the use of it despite knowing it's causing problems and negative effects. Regular use, especially in young people, can definitely hurt your academic performance, reduce motivation, and negatively affect your personal relationships with friends and families. So how to prevent things like this? So what can you do? First of all, know the laws in your area. Some states is illegal, and while it is legal, doesn't mean it's safe. Also, don't drive under the influence of it, as it can definitely be a bad idea to do it. Do not mix marijuana with other substances, especially with alcohol or prescription drugs. And beware how marijuana affects your mood, energy, and decision making. And lastly, use it in safe environments with trusted people. And like I said earlier, even though it's legal, doesn't mean it's safe to use. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope that you learned a lot with the effects of marijuana, how does it come to, and the short and long-term effects of marijuana itself. And here are my references to learn more information. Thank you.